This is baby step 4 for E4, and we are going to learn how to batch add an announcement. Batch add an announcement simply means to send an announcement to all of your classes at the same time. So as you can see, I've logged into E4. I'm going to use Firefox for this particular video, and I'll tell you why in a moment. I am pretending to be Rick Wilson, and he's an art teacher, so when I go to my E4, you will see all of his classes here, his advisory, and all of his classes. Now you may only have 2 classes, or you may have more than 2, depending on how many courses that you are teaching. I don't want y'all to worry about advisory unless you really want to, as far as keeping E4 updated. The kids don't really think of advisory as a class, and I don't think the parents are going to be expecting a lot of information to come out of that. But if you want to keep it up, especially once CCISD for me is working, feel free. What we're going to do right now is batch add an announcement. So as you know, I'm in my E4 tab. Over on the left, you'll see a box that says Tools, and inside the toolbox, you will see batch add an announcement. I'm going to click that. Now this is where you're going to see why I'm using Firefox. There's a little glitch right now in E4 with Internet Explorer. If you go to Internet Explorer and you click on batch add announcements, the toolbar is vertical. See all of these little tools for bold and underline and italics, it's up and down. Now it'll work, it's just kind of annoying, and that's why when I'm batch adding an announcement I would rather use Firefox, because then all my tools look the way they're supposed to look. First field under batch add announcements is the subject. Now if your announcement is a short announcement like test on Friday, field trip next week on Thursday, you can put the entire announcement in the subject area. So I could say, welcome to Mr. Wilson's art class. And if that's all you want to put, that's fine. You can go from right there and skip forward. If you have more information, you would put it in this area right here. And you can use all of the tools that you would use in Microsoft Word, such as choosing a font, choosing a size, choosing color, highlight. You can insert a graphic, you can add a file, you can attach a file. So you could put as your subject test coming up next Thursday, and you could attach your study guide with the attach a file. You could attach a recording of a podcast of your test review. You could attach a hyperlink to a website. So the possibilities are endless with announcements. And now that CCISD for me is going to be coming active very soon, then this is a great way to communicate with parents, because you can attach items and websites and links and information that parents will be looking for related to the class that their kids are in. So now that I've got my announcement completed, and I'm not going to put anything else in there right now, but you could, I'm going to scroll on down here, and I'm going to say I want to send that announcement to the following classes. So in this case, I'm just going to send it to his 4 different art classes. I'm not going to send this to advisory. I could, but I'm not going to. And then I'm just going to go down here, and I'm going to say submit. Tells me that the announcement's been added. I click OK, and now under my E4, which is where it takes me back to my E4, I can see that an announcement has been added to each of these classes. Now the announcements are also lower down in its own module called announcements. So if that seems a little bit redundant to you and you don't want to look at that all the time, you can go into this little gear and you can uncheck announcements right here for each of your classes and submit. And that way, you won't have to look at the announcements in the My Classes module, but you will still be able to see the announcements down below in the Announcements module. Now, some people do like to have the announcements turned on, because then they are aware of when the last time they did an announcement was, or whatever. So it's up to you, completely up to you. And that's how you batch add an announcement.